So this tapping is dedicated to all of you, and it is a tapping meditation to release emotions about toxic relationships. Before we do that, I want to just talk a little teeny bit about toxic relationships. I entered many resources for that. Dr. Christiane Northrup is probably the expert on that, so I'm not even going to try to come to her level. You know, she's been one of my mentors and I love her, so I just want to honor her. And I just want to say that if you're in a toxic relationship, I'm sorry, but you have to move on, because you have to realize that you matter, and you have to realize that it's time to take care of you, and you can no longer sacrifice your well-being. So I hope you understand that, and then I hope you'll check with her on all those resources of what that toxic relationship might look like, what the signs are, how it affects your health, and you know what to look for in that other person to really know, you know, because it's hard. You don't want to ever realize that you're in a toxic relationship, but they do exist, and it doesn't mean that you can't forgive them, but it does mean that most likely you cannot be around them, and that you have to separate yourself from them, because your soul deserves better. You deserve better, and you have to take care of yourself. So I hope you'll understand that. And that's where this tapping meditation came from, was from the idea around toxic relationships. So the way it works, as I mentioned, is you start with the setup phrase, and you do that 3 times here on the side of the hand, which is the karate chop point, and then we'll just work through. So I'll show you, and you can repeat the words out loud or to yourself. It's supposed to be more effective out loud, but if you cannot do that, it works just as good if you repeat it to yourself. And even if you don't repeat it, believe me, your thoughts are going, and it will be heard in your mind, body, soul, and spirit. So here we go. Tapping meditation to release emotions about toxic relationships. Even though I have all this built up emotion about this toxic relationship, I accept how I feel and I forgive myself. Even though I have all this built up emotion about this toxic relationship, I accept how I feel and I choose to forgive myself. Even though I have all this built up emotion about this toxic relationship, I accept how I feel and I choose to forgive myself. And then we'll go to the eyebrow. All this built up emotion, I feel it in my mind, body, soul, and spirit. All this built up emotion is stuck in my body and it's making me sick. All this built up emotion keeps me frozen in the past. All this built up emotion fills my body with pain. All this built up emotion fills my mind with negative thoughts. And then here to the collarbone. All this built up emotion fills my heart and makes it heavy. Under the arm. All this built up emotion crushes my spirit. Okay, so I want you to take a deep breath. Release any and all thoughts, feelings, or events holding you back right now. And I want you to measure your level of emotion on a scale of 1 to 10 before we go on to the next round. And if you need to do more tapping rounds, you can always replay this video. And typically what you do is you measure where you're at the beginning and then in between. Sometimes you measure more than once, maybe 2 or 3 times, but at least in the beginning, at the end. So you can see if your energy has shifted. So you would say, I have all this built up emotion around this toxic relationship. And then you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, and you remember it. And then we'll move on. And this is the positive. So we're going to do the positive affirmations now. So we go back to the side of the hand, to the karate chop. I want to move forward with my life, and I know I am worth it. I want to be free from all this built up emotion. I feel at peace knowing that I can let go of all this built up emotion. I feel at peace knowing I am in control of my own emotions. I am ready to start feeling better. I am ready to release all this built up emotion starting right now. I choose to release all this built up emotion, and you could do it like this or like this, however, you could do one hand or two. I choose to release all this built up emotion. And let's do the spirit gate. I choose to let it go, to let go of the past once and for all. I am releasing all this built up emotion so I can improve my well-being. I am releasing all this built up emotion today so I can focus on myself. Take a deep breath. From everyone here at Live Your Full Life, may you find the hope, the healing, and the peace